Please be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. A very warm welcome to this momentous function, the 107th Annual Prize Day of the Laidlaw Memorial School and Junior College. It is my privilege to welcome all the members of the Board of Management, principal, staff, students, and parents. A special welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Pradeep Philip, IPS, Director General of Police, Tamil Nadu, who kindly and willingly consented to grace the occasion with his presence. Thank you, sir. To begin this august function, I request our chairman, Mr. Norman Wood, to light the candle. I request our principal, Mr. Gary Everett, to escort Mr. Norman. May I request everyone to please stand for the school hymn, O God, our help in ages past. Please be seated. Please be seated. I request Reverend Arun Tilakam, Presbyter of St. Stephen's Church, Ooty, to lead us in prayer and invoke God's presence and blessings upon this function.
Shall we all bow our heads and look to God in prayer? Gracious God and loving Father, God of wisdom and all understanding, we give you thanks for all the benefits that we have received in the past. We give you special thanks because you are keeping us safe during this pandemic situation. Thank you, Lord, for keeping us hale and healthy and protecting all of us throughout this situation. Today, as we are gathered in this historic day in Laidlaw School to celebrate God's goodness and to see all the excellence of Laidlaw students and to witness their performance on this 107th annual prize distribution day. We commit each and
Thank you, Reverend. I now request Rachat Pant, our head boy, to introduce the chief guest.
Good evening to one and all present here. I find it an honor to introduce the chief guest for the day, Dr. Pradeep V. Philip, IPS, who believes a victory that is easily won is easily lost. He is the author of Maximum Maxims, or the largest number of quotes and proverbs by any individual in history. He calls them Philippisms, and it has been a motivation to many. He has also published books entitled The Friends of Police Movement, Word Empowered Life, and For Better Through Verse. He grew up in Bangalore and studied in St. Joseph's School. He did his graduation at St. Joseph's College and Masters in Political Science and International Relations at Bangalore University. While pursuing his first year of master's degree, he also got the opportunity to work as a probationary officer in SBI. He worked for the bank till 1987 and then resigned in order to join the Indian Police Service. Dr. Pradeep V. Philip has worked in various departments of police. He holds the position of Director General of Police. He is a person who has always taken inspiration and handled situations during the early 1990s with great determination. He holds a doctorate in management studies on the Friends of Police movement that he pioneered in Tamil Nadu. Dr. Philip has also developed an innovative concept, equilibrium thinking, to bridge the gap between universal values and modern living with relevant application and explanation. He recently caught the eye of global management experts with his theory of exonomics, a new global discipline that focuses on studying excellence in all its dimensions. He has won prestigious awards for professional excellence and outstanding contribution in India and abroad. Some of his awards include Rashtriya Suraksha Award at Global Security Conference, New Delhi, Communal Harmony Award, Rotary Award of Excellence, Global Visionary Award, Social Innovator Award, and Scorch Gold and Silver Awards in years 2019 and 2020. Dr. Philip has also been nominated for Ramon Magsaysay Award and International Innovators Award at Harvard University. His enigmatic personality has been favorable in him establishing several records, including participation in Guinness World Record for largest child safeguarding lesson organized by Hindustan International School, Chennai. He also started the Friends of Police movement, which has helped reduce the communication gap between the police and local civilians to a far extent, helped prevent major crimes, and contributed a lot to the safety of our policemen. This exceptional concept has also received British Queen's Award for Innovation in Police Training and Development. He has traveled to many places, including the USA, UK, France, Belgium, and many other countries. During his travels abroad, he has presented 2 papers on policing that at the international conference held in Slovenia and Europe. He has also been invited to attend the Global Innovators Summit organized by Harvard University. It is indeed a great privilege to have such an eminent personality in our midst. We look forward to learning a lot from you today. Welcome, sir.
To lighten things up, Pradikshina will entertain and delight you with a graceful classical dance. you, Prajakshana, for that delightful performance. Now I request our principal, Mr. Gary Everett, to read out the annual report.
Good evening, everybody. I would firstly like to welcome our Chairman of the Board of Management, Mr. Norman Wood, Vice Chairman, Mr. Christopher Hawkes, and all the other board members, Ma'am Mrs. Wood, Mrs. Enid John, Ma'am Deirdre Sar, Reverend Arun, and your lovely wife. I would also like to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Pradeep Philip, who so willingly came to our rescue of so willingly accepting the invitation of being our chief guest for this evening. I also like to welcome all the parents, students who are virtually present on this 107th annual Prize Day celebration, and to all the lovely children who have returned back to school. I welcome you all. I am privileged to present the 107th annual report of the Laidlaw Memorial School and Junior College, KETTI, for the academic year 2020-2021. The Board of Management and Trustees. The Board of Management has met regularly during the year under review. The Board of Management continues to be the pillar of strength on which Laidlaw depends. Their vision has always been forward-looking. At the Society's AGM held on 7th November 2021, Mr. N.J. Wood was re-elected as chairman, Mr. Christopher Hawkes as the vice chairman, Ms. Jennifer Grubb as the treasurer, Mrs. D.E.S.R. as secretary. The other members of the Board of Management are as follows: Mrs. L. Wood, Mr. Michael Hawkes, Mr. Gordon Grubb, Mr. A.E. Joseph, Mrs. Enid John, Ms. Leslie Whitbread, Mr. Christopher Holden, and Mrs. Deborah Fox. The trustees met twice during the year. We are happy to report that the school continues to be in sound financial health. The staff. The following staff and ancillary staff joined us during this year. Mr. K. Gyanasurian, the art teacher, Mr. Hariharan, geography teacher, Mrs. Bessie Matthews, the mathematics teacher, Mr. Nishant Joseph, the music teacher, Miss Jane Patricia is an English teacher, Mr. Christopher, who joined us in the account section. Resignations. The following staff and ancillary staff resigned during the year. Mr. J.B. Rajashekharan, who retired. Mrs. J.D. De Cruz. Mrs. Portia De Cruz. Mrs. Samyalata, who was a helper. Shri Dhan Bahadur, the watchman, who retired. Every year, students are given the opportunity to participate in all the activities offered in the education system of the school. Here is a brief tour of the events and the academic and the achievements during the academic year 2020-2021. Academics. We had 526 students on roll. The year began with good planning, keeping in mind the welfare of the students. Workshops were conducted for the teachers by the principal, headmaster, and the head of departments to set the sail towards a successful year. Career counseling was also enriched the knowledge of the teachers to become better mentors. Out of 55 students who appeared for the ICSE examinations, 9 students scored more than 90%, 32 students scored between 80 and 89%, 13 students scored between 70 and 79%, and 1 student scored between 60 and 69%. We can give all these children a big round of applause for the successful result. The subject toppers are as follows. English paper 1, Arush Agarwal scored 95%. In English paper 2, there were 5 students who scored 100 on 100. Arush Agarwal, Mudgal SP, Hardik Jain, Matthew Lewis, and Aman Junaid. Let's give them all a SK Chakresh scored 93%. History, G. Gautam and Snehesh Gupta scored 95%. Geography, we had a couple of children who scored 93 marks. S. Atiche, Hardik Jain, SK Chakresh, Andrew Karan, Radha Reddy, SKG Sanjay, and BJ Raksham. Mathematics, the topper was Arush Agarwal with 93%. In biology, Purvita scored 92%. Art, Vernon Gomes scored 94%. In commercial studies, we had 2 children who scored centum. We had Kartika Desur who scored 100 and UJ Adi Kartikeyan who scored 100. Let's give them a big round of applause. In home science, Kartika Desur scored 99. In environmental science, A. Vansh Kataria scored 99. In computer application, UG Adya Kartikeyan and Andrew Karan scored 98. In economic applications, again, we had 2 children scoring 100 on 100, Vansh Kataria and Aman Junaid. Please give them a big round of applause. Commercial application, Hardik Jain scored 99%. Hindi, Hardik Jain scored 89%. Physics, Shrisha and Snehesh Gupta scored 86%. In chemistry, Pragati, Shri Varshini and Nand Kishore scored 86%. The Pierce Medal for the ICSE 2021 is won by Kartika Desur, who has scored 94.4%. Let's give her a big round of applause. The overall class average for this year, last year was 83.49%. Now we come to the ISC performances of the year 2020-21. Out of 49 students who appeared for the ISC examinations, 21 students scored more than 90% marks. 25 of them scored between 80 and 89%. 3 students scored between 70 and 79%. So we had all children scoring above 70%. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Very well done, class. The subject toppers are as follows. In English, we had a number of children scoring 99% marks. Harshit, Ayan Matthews, Saityavel, Darpan, B. Priti Purnima, Nikleshwar, and KG Ashwatishwar scored 99 marks. Very well done, children. I think they require a round of applause. History, B. Rohit scored 95%. In geography, 3 children scored 99, B. Rohit, Praman, and Ushita Chaudhary. Psychology, Harshit, Trisha, and Pramitra scored 99%. In commerce, Vaibhav, Darpan, Priti Purnima, and Ayan Matthew scored 99%. Accounts, Vaibhav scored 93. Biology, KG, Ashatishwar scored 98. Home science, Harshit scored 99. In computer science, Anirudh scored 99. In arts, Ratinya and Alistair Bizol scored 91%. Physical education, Alistair Bizol topped with 97%. Environmental Studies, Weber, Ian Matthews scored 91%. Biotechnology, Gyanamitesh scored 99. Economics, Weber scored 87. Mathematics, Harshit and Rohit scored 87. Physics and Chemistry, Sahitya topped by 89%. Let's give all these children who scored such wonderful marks a big round of applause. Very well done, children. The staff medal for the ISC 2021 was won by Harshit, who scored 97.75%. This has been the highest in the time that has been recorded, I think, in the past 20 years. Let's give him a big round of applause. The ISC class average was 86.53%. A few more description on how we achieved all these marks and how the children and the teachers prepared to face the pandemic and make the children learn online. We began working on 13th of April regarding online classes, which was entirely new to us. We were introduced to extra marks. The members of the Board of Management were also invited to attend these sessions. It was decided to begin classes for grade 12 on the 29th of April using the extra marks platform. Due to constraint of time on the Zoom platform, we were forced to look for other platforms. We are thankful to Mrs. Bonita Pryor from Rajasthan, Jaipur, who introduced us to the Google Classroom and the G Suite to our staff by conducting online workshops. We contacted Google to get permission to use the G Suite for educational purposes. Now, each and every staff and every student of the Laidlaw Memorial School are given official email IDs through which they enter their Google Classroom. In the month of September, we had an appraisal for teaching staff, which was conducted by Mrs. Raha and Mrs. Peacock, all the way from Calcutta. In the month of December, a number of teachers took part in the online courses offered by the CISCE and were awarded certificates on completing of their courses. In December 2020, Laidlaw participated in the Guinness World Record. The attempt was for most assembling sundial kits simultaneously online. And this was organized by the Ministry of Science and Technology, by the Ministry of Earth Science and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the Government of India. We congratulate all the students that took part in it. Special mention of Mrs. Femina and her team who encouraged the children to participate. Laidlaw is now registered in the Guinness Book of World Record. I think we all require a big round of applause. There's a sheet which is given for academics. The Board of Management sheet has been won by the Coburn House. Very well done, Coburn. Let's give them a round of applause. Now I move on to the cultural activities. The pandemic hasn't prevented the flow of innovative ideas and concepts. The virtual platform was successfully used for all the cultural events in the Laidlaw Memorial School. We had a number of programs and events that took place. The first among them was the prefect's investiture ceremony, the Independence Day program. These were very well conducted and celebrated. During the academic year, we bid farewell to Mr. Anbalagan, Mr. Kevin Wheatley, Mr. Sagayanathan, Mrs. Jacqueline De Cruz, and Mr. J.B. Rajashekharan. And all these events happened virtually on the virtual platform. We took part in a number of inter-school activities, of which Illusion 2021 is one of them. The Rotary Club of Coimbatore conducted a virtual literary and cultural fest, Illusion 2021, for the schools of Coimbatore and the Nilgiri region. Our students actively participated in this program and won many prizes. Shashmita was declared as the outstanding female participant. Let's give a round of applause for Shashmita. The school was also honored with the Maximum Participation Award, and we had won various lists which are as follows. Mr. Illusion, Dwayne Nathan Cook. Miss Illusion, Roxanne Dujay. Solo singing was won by Daniel Nelthrop. Solo dance was won by Nitin K. Storytelling was won by Dakshin M. Poetry recitation was won by Shiva Arathya. Recreating of logos was won by Yolanda Pearl Sequeira. In the painting and drawing section also, Yolanda Pearl Sequeira was the winner. Elocution, Abhishek, Anna Abraham were the winners. In face painting, Shashmita was the winner. There were various categories in which we were in the runner-up. In fancy dress, Devanand Chakravarti was a winner. Elocution, Kobika. Storytelling, Sanmati G. Elocution, Aniritha M. Spell B. Goel. Solo dance, Harshada. Poetry, Sana. And recreating logos, Nitish M. For the solo singing, the runner-up was won by Janelle Everett. Carol service. During the Christmas season, the staff and students rendered some popular carols along with the readings from the Bible depicting the birth of Christ. It was all compiled together in a short story. The message was delivered by Reverend Jerome. The program came to an end with prayers and benediction by Reverend Arun. Graduation ceremony. The students of the batch of 2021 were all smartly dressed in their gowns in the morn of 24th March 2021. The principal listed out the qualities of being great leaders and also encouraged the students to make use of every opportunity that knocked on their door. The program ended with an inspirational and insightful speech by the principal. Farewell. This batch was definitely special. Given the strange name, the COVID batch, the least that could be done is giving them a wonderful farewell. We hope that the class of 2021 truly enjoyed the farewell that was based on a retro theme. Prize Day. The prize distribution for the academic year 2019-2020 was conducted on the centenary stage in the school premises on the morn of 22nd April 2021. The students of class 10th and 12th who had returned to school to complete their board exams attended this program. Owing to the several lockdowns during the year, the prize day was carried out in a very simple manner. Inter-school activities. Inter-house English debate competitions was held for juniors, seniors, and colts. The winner was Laidlaw House at the juniors and senior level. In the colts division, the best debater was Rebecca Mitchell. The debate to choose the best speaker was held on 10th October 2020. Harshad G was the best debater of the senior division. Aniritha M was the best debater of the junior division. Purvita V and Rachit Pant were winners of the inter-house Hindi and Tamil debate. Elocution. The winners of the inter-house English elocution at senior, Colt and Smith House level was the Laidlaw House. At the junior level, Hamilton was the winner. In the inter-house Tamil elocution, the winner at Smith House level and Plummer House was Plummer House, and at Colt's junior and senior level, it was the Laidlaw House. In the inter-house Hindi elocution, the winners at Smith House at junior level were Plummer House, and at Colt level was the Hamilton House. At the senior level, it was the Laidlaw House. Let's give a round of applause for all the houses that participated and won prizes. Quiz. On 31st October 2020, we had the inter-house senior quiz competition. The winner for the quiz last year was the Laidlaw House. The winner for the junior quiz competition was Plummer House. Well done, Plummer and Laidlaw. Singing competition. Singing competition was held on 24th October 2020. In the solo cold division, Maria de Costa of Plummer House stood first. In the solo junior division, Madonna of Laidlaw House stood first. In solo senior division, Harshit of Hamilton House stood first. In the duet, Deacon Cook and Tara of Plummer House stood first. The overall winners of the inter-house singing competition was the Laidlaw House. Let's give a round of applause for the Laidlaw House. Well done, Laidlaw House. Inter-house dance competition was held on 23rd November. The winner of the solo senior division was Kushmita of Plummer House. In the junior solo division, the winner was Radhika and Bala Nikesh Gupta. In the solo colts division, Yadunand stood first. The overall winner of the inter-house dance competition was the Plummer House. Well done, Plummer House. Now we come to the total points tally for the cultural events. The points tally at the end of the co-curricular activities 2020-2021. Laidlaw House topped the competition with 16 points. Plummer House stood second with 12 points. Hamilton House with 8 points. And Coburn House stood fourth with 4 points. Very well done, Laidlaw House. Sports. Some of you may be wondering how did the school conduct sports events at the time of lockdown. So whatever was possible, especially dealing with sports, we have done. The inter-house online chess tournament was conducted using the Lee Chess app for both boys and girls. Even today, we are hosting the inter-school chess tournament on the same platform. So last year, Laidlaw emerged as the winner among the boys and Hamilton among the girls. Well done, Laidlaw and Hamilton. The Fit India Freedom Run. On the occasion of National Sports Day, the Fit India movement was launched. The great hockey player, Dhyan Chand, started the campaign. Fit India development was planned to increase physical activities in our day-to-day life. The principal flagged off the event at school. Everyone on school campus, including teachers, staff, sub-staff, ancillary staff, everybody participated with the spirit of patriotism and enthusiasm. Online physical education classes. Many games, physical activities were conducted among children to develop their physical and mental fitness. These activities were based on both fun and creativity. You can see some of the glimpses on these pictures taken on the classroom in the physical activity classroom. Co-curricular activities during the academic year 2020-2021, every Saturday children were given various activities like drawing, painting, origami, rangoli, best out of waste, to mention a few. The children were also given the opportunity to dress up using newspaper. The response from the children during the pandemic was greater than expected. We give all the children a good round of applause. I think you participated very well in these events. Apart from this, all the national festivals were also celebrated during the weekends, with children participating in poster making, slogan writing, poetry writing, chart making, and character enactment. The Edward Hammack Cockhouse Shield has been won by the Laidlaw House. I think they require a big round of applause. Now that clap was a little less. Cockhouse means the best house of the school for the year. I think we can hear a bigger noise. Thank you. internationalism. This year also the students participated in conferences of the IIMUN. However, it was organized virtually and the participants commented that this experience was similar to the earlier programs that have been organized. Our students also participated in the digital conference 6.0. Media and communication. The restraint of communication was nullified with the help from YouTube and the Facebook. All the programs that were conducted were regularly updated on these platforms, aiding people to understand the constant progress that is happening at the Leela Memorial School. WhatsApp, which was established as every parent nemesis, is now our best friend. Contacting parents and students can happen in less than a second. And today, we all agree that the social media platform has in fact become indispensable. Information regarding every classroom activities have been happening with the help of the WhatsApp app. The school e-newsletter, the Sylvan Voice, is being published once every 2 months. The members of the editorial board work tirelessly to complete and design the task on time. I think the editorial board requires a big round of applause. Well done. I end this brief tour of the highlights of our school with much gratitude to God Almighty. We thank the Board of Management for the guidance and support towards the development of the school, our parents for entrusting their children in our care and believing in the vision of the school, for the regular feedback and suggestions for the improvement of this institution. I would like to thank my staff and the ancillary staff for working as a team and completing another successful year. I will be failing in my duties if I don't acknowledge the service of the alumni. Last but not the least, my dear children, without whom school cannot be a place of wonderment. Thank you very much and to another successful year ahead. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, sir, for that comprehensive report. The school band, even though the time was very short, will certainly entertain you with an instrumental piece of music titled The Savage by the Shadows. To thank the band for that wonderful performance. Now we have gathered physically as well as on a virtual platform to honor and award our students who have put in a lot of hard work to excel and create a niche for themselves in academics, sports, and co-curricular events. We would now like to begin with Standard 1, the prize distribution, the award. Okay, beginning with Standard 1. This is a fantastic start, a whole list of prizes. The class prize, English literature. Let me read that out again. The class prize, yes, that's what I was talking about. The class prize, English literature, English dictation, English reading, English poetry, Hindi, mathematics, environmental studies, and computer studies all go to S. Ranab. English language prize is awarded to S. Amit Gautam. The family prize is awarded to M. Ashna. Moving on to Standard 2, again another whole list of prizes. Class prize, English language, English literature, English dictation, English reading, English poetry, mathematics, environmental studies, and computer studies all go to Shiva Aradhya. The English Dictation Environmental Studies Prize goes to P. Yugant. The Mathematics and Tamil Prize goes to S. Lakshan. The Hindi and Environmental Studies Prize goes to R. Diksha. Moving on to Standard 3. The class prize, English literature, English language, dictation, Tamil, mathematics, computer studies, all go to M. Dakshin. Sashmita won the English reading, English poetry, and Hindi prize. The Science and Social Studies prize was won by S.G. Vishant. Standard 4. The class prize, English literature, Hindi, mathematics, science, and social studies was won by C. Shrivan Reddy. The class prize and English language prize was won by Roger Mitchell. The English Education and Computer Studies prize was won by K. Yadunanth. The family prize was won by Nibita Shri. We'll pause here for another piece of entertainment. The trio, Yolanda Sequeira, Janelle Everett, and Daniel Nethrop, will now render their own style of history by One Direction.
gotta help me, I'm losing my mind. Keep getting the feeling you wanna leave this all behind. Thought we were going strong, I thought we were holding on. I'm weak, no they don't teach you this in school. Now my and I don't do. Thought we were going strong, I thought we were holding on. I'm weak.
You and me got a whole lot of history.
Whoa.
We could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history.
Whoa.
So don't let it go, we can make some more, we can live forever. All of the rumors and all of the fights, but we always find a way to make it out alive. Thought we were going strong,
Oh yeah.
thought we were holding on, aren't we? You and me got a whole lot of history.
Whoa.
We could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. So don't let it go, we can make some more, we can live forever. Many bars, expensive cars, hotel rooms, new tattoos, good champagne, and private planes. But they don't mean anything, cause the truth is out. I realize that without you here, life is just a lie. This is not the end, this is not the end. We can make it, you know it, you know. You and me got a whole lot of history.
Whoa.
We could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history.
Whoa.
So don't let it go, we can make some more, we can live forever.
Got a
Whole lot of history. We could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. So don't let it go, we can make some more, we can live forever. So don't let me go, so don't let me go, we can live forever. Baby, don't you know, baby, don't you know, we can live forever.
That was a scintillating performance. And after that performance, we will carry on with the prize distribution, standards 5 to 8. A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. And that's why we want to award our students with these prizes. Beginning with class 5. Shiv Sundar. Social Studies. Studies Prize. Vandana Muthuraman. Prize goes to Radhakrishnan. Prize was won by Ramshu. Prize was won by K. Uthik. Moving on to standard 6. Whole list of prizes. Last prize, English language, Hindi, history and civics, geography, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and computer studies. To Rebecca Mitchell. Joseph Abraham is awarded the English Literature Prize. Goes to K. Adarsh. Improvement Prize was won by Ishant Gowda. Moving on to standard 7. They won the class prize, Tamil, geography, mathematics, physics, biology. And the English language prize. The history and civics prize was won by S. Shashi. This was won by Karthik. The class prize, English literature, history and civics, geography, physics, chemistry, biology, computer studies, and dictation all go to Harold Mitchell. English language prize was won by Menyari. Prize goes to Neela. History and civics, geography, mathematics, chemistry, and biology prize was won by V. Kobika. Civics, chemistry, and biology prize was won by J. Sanjanaya. Prize was won by P. Krishna. Prize was also won by S. Gurushi. We'll pause there for another piece of entertainment. Tina Subramanian, very mesmerized with graceful dance moves.
Ta drum num ta drum ta dhalam ko tak ta ko da da dang gida gida ta drum ta ka drum ta ta kita ta da ta drum gida drum ta ta num ta rum ta kita ta da dang gida ta ta ri ta dhan ta run ta dim ta da drum ta num ta rum ta ga dim ta gida dim ta tarigida ta jum dim da ta jum nam da ta jum tam ta kita dana ta tangirida dim ta tarigida ta jum dim da ta kita jum da kita jum ta jum da kita ta jum kita ta dum ta ni ta tari tata tadana tari tata tari tata tarigidatiga tari tata dana tata jum tari tadana tadatan tarigidatiga ta tarigidatiga ta jum dim da tata jum nam dakka tagida jum ta dim tum nam tadatan tarigidatiga ta di tadana tata tarigidatiga dana tata dana tata dim tari tata dana tata tadita dana tadana tadatan tarigidatiga ta dim tarigidatiga ta dim tarigidatiga ta dim tarigidatiga ta dim tarigidatiga ta jum tarigidatiga ta ngidatiga tarigidatiga dingidatiga tarigidatiga dong ngidatiga tarigidatiga
Sapamagata kita tadi midirana. Sapamagata kita tadi midirana. Sa rigatta bari rigari sa rigatta bari. Sapamaga mama ga paga gari sanisa. Donde está mi ante? Say yeah. Takita tadi midirana. Carissa Carigasa C'est comme si, c'est comme ça Ma chérie la Carissa Di babadi sa
That was indeed a brilliant performance. We will now carry on with our prize distribution, classes 9 to 12, and the special prizes. Hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard. Therefore, we are here to reward hard work. We begin with Standard 9. The class prize Physics, Biology, and Computer Applications prize was won by Sashmita. English Literature, History and Civics prize was won by K. Akshara. The English Literature prize was won by Kirti Abhirama. The Hindi prize was won by R. Arshada. The Tamil and Geography prize was won by S.P. Ritika. The Tamil prize was also won by Saujanya A. Sri. The Mathematics prize goes to M. Aniritha. The Biology prize is awarded to Shadarajan. The Commercial Studies prize won by K. Tarnika. Moving on to Standard 10, the English Language, Literature and Mathematics prize is won by Arush Agrawal. The Tamil prize is won by S.P. Mughal. English Literature Hindi, Geography and Computer Applications Prize is won by Hardik Jain. The English Literature and Economic Applications Prize goes to Amar Junaid. Tamil and Geography Prize was won by S.K. Chakresh. Matthew Lewis won the English Literature Prize. Gautam won the History and Civics Prize. Snesh Gupta won the History and Civics and Physics Prize. The Geography Prize goes to S. Achaya. Andrew Cavan won the Geography and Computer Applications Prize. The Geography Prize goes to Raveri Veda Reddy. Sanjay Mithalan also won the Geography Prize. J. Ashwin also won the Geography Prize. The Physics Prize goes to S. Srisha. The Chemistry Prize was won by A. Pragati. M. Srivarshini won the Chemistry Prize. G. Nandakishore also won the Chemistry Prize. V. Purvita won the Biology Prize. The Commercial Studies Prize and Home Science Prize goes to Kartika Desu. Commercial Studies and Computer Applications Prize goes to Adi Kartikeyan. The Environmental Science and Economic Applications Prize goes to Vansh Kataria. And the Art Prize goes to Vernon Ignatius Gomes. Before we move on to Standard 11, I request our principal to please come up and give away the prizes. Okay, these students are back with us in Standard 12. I request our Vice Chairman, Mr. Christopher Hawks, to please come up and give me the prizes. As I was just saying, these children came back to Standard 11. I mean, Standard, they are here with us. So we'll give away the prizes to them. The class prize, English Literature, English Language, Mathematics, Economics, and Accounts was all won by S. Abhishek. N. Vignesh is awarded the Geography Prize. Sri Narayan is awarded the Psychology Prize. Bharat Pranav is awarded the Commerce Prize. The Physics and Computer Science Prize goes to S. Akash. Prize goes to B. Ritvik. L. Vaishnavi is awarded the Home Science Prize. The Art and Physical Education Prize goes to Yolanda Pearl Sequeira. The Environmental Science Prize goes to J. Vashwant. And the Biotechnology Prize goes to Tanya Naidu. Children are here with us, one from Standard 8 and one from Standard 10. Since you're present physically, I would like you to come up and receive your prizes from the Vice Chair. Guru Shiv of Standard 8 is awarded the Improvement Prize. Nanda Kishore of Standard 10 is awarded the Chemistry Prize. Thank you, sir, for giving me the prizes. We'll now move on to Standard 12. The English, Psychology and Home Science Prize was won by Harshit Ganesan. The English, Commerce and Environmental Science Prize was won by Ian Matthews. The English, Physics and Chemistry Prize was won by Sayatya. English, Commerce and Mathematics Prize was won by Darpan Moyama. The English Prize was won by Nikleshwar. English and Biology Prize was won by K.G. Ashwath Ishwar. The History and Geography Prize goes to B. Rohit. Also won the Geography Prize. The English and Commerce Prize goes to B. Preeti Purnima. Pushita Chowdhury won the Geography Prize. The Psychology Prize is won by Shishya Krishna. R. Padija also won the Psychology Prize. Economics, Commerce, Accounts and Environmental Science Prize goes to C. Vaibhav. The Mathematics Prize was won by T. Harini. Computer Science Prize was won by Anirudh. The Art Prize was won by S. Vitani. The Art and Physical Education Prize was won by Alicia Buzol. The Biotechnology Prize was won by Yana Mutesh. We now have a list of special prizes and inter-house trophies to be given out. I request Ma'am Deary to please come up and give the prizes. Sorry, ma'am, I made a mistake. I called you up early. These kids are not here, so I'll call the names out. And no, Romania, ma'am. Yes. Yeah. Special prizes for the year 2020-2021. The best student in Standard 9 is awarded to R.S. Shashmita. Gold medal for the best student in Standard 11 is awarded to Yolanda Pearl Zipper. The Pierce Medal for coming first at the ice. The Pierce Medal for coming first at the ICSA examinations of 2021 goes to Kartika Desu. The staff medal for coming first at the ISA exam of 2021 was won by Harshit Ganesan. We have 3 special awards. The Principal's Award for the Best Sportsperson for 2021 is Ian Matthews. The Principal's Award for Integrity and Good Conduct was won by B. Rohit and Alicia Iris Bozot. The Principal's Award for the Best Pupil for 2021 is Ian Matthews. We now move on to the Interhouse trophies. The Interhouse Chess Cup for boys was won by Laidlaw. And among the girls, the Interhouse Chess Cup was won by Hamilton. Okay, moving on to the combined Interhouse trophies. The Interhouse English debate was won by Laidlaw. The Interhouse English elocution was won by Laidlaw. The Interhouse quiz was also won by Laidlaw. The Interhouse Tamil debate was won by Coburn. The Interhouse Tamil elocution was won by Laidlaw. So please. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me the prizes. Thank you, ma'am. And I request our chairman, Mr. Namal, to please come up and give away the prizes. The inter-house Hindi debate was won by Plummer. The inter-house Hindi elocution was won by Laidlaw. Fahd, please come on. Inter-house singing competition was won by Laidlaw. The inter-house dance competition was won by Plummer. The Arasan AMS Ganeshan Cup for inter-house co-curricular activities was won by Laidlaw. The Board of Management Study Shield was won by Coburn. Yes. And the most prestigious award, the Edward Hammy Cockhouse Shield, was won by Laidlaw. On this very special occasion, we would like to honor our staff, 4 of them who have put in 25 years of service. As I read your name out, please come up and receive a token of our appreciation. Mr. Gopinath Sai. Mr. H. Markanda. Srimati Joyce. Thiru Anthony Swami. Thank you, sir, for giving me the prizes.
Thank you.
Next up, we have a fusion dance by a mixed group of students that will certainly entertain and amuse you.
Báilame como si fuera la última vez y enséñame ese pasito que no sé, un besito bien suavecito, bebé. Taqui, 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 rumba.
That indeed was an amusing performance. All that we had, have, and will have is provided by God. The school would love to thank and praise God through this wonderful hymn, Look at the World, by John Rutter.
Everything all around
I now call upon our chief guest, Dr. Pradeep Philip, IPS, Director General of Police, Tamil Nadu, to address the gathering.
Great evening, everybody. I trust all of you can hear me and see me. Thanks for the response from the MC. The respected chairman of the board of management of the Laidlaw College, Mr. Norman Wood, a good friend whom I met recently on my visit to Ooty, the dynamic, erudite, affable principal, Mr. Gary Everett, his better half, Mrs. Everett, members of the Board of Management, members of the faculty of this esteemed school, all the prize winners, and all the students attending the 107th prize day of this great school, the Laidlaw Memorial College. It's indeed a wonderful occasion to join you even online. We are living in challenging times when we have to adopt new methods to deal with new challenges. And that's why in my book, which your principal has obtained for a large number of your prize winners in the coming term, this book, which is called Philippisms, 3,333 Maxims to Maximize Your Life. This is the world's largest number of maxims or proverbs written by a single individual in all languages. It took me 10 years to write this book. And basically, I summed up the essence of my experiences, the gleanings of wisdom that I obtained both by study, by observation, and more in the crucible of life's tough experiences. And one of the maxims I wrote is illustrative of this period in which we are now going through, the pandemic. Change challenges us, but challenge changes us. Change is constantly happening, but the change that we adopt for ourselves is a challenge. So it's great that this school, your school, like never before in its more than 100-year-old history, has faced this global challenge by early on adopting online methods of delivery of knowledge and even activities. I saw that you involving children in dancing, music, and various other activities using online portals. So this shows the inventiveness of the management, the principal, and the faculty of the school. It's indeed a great privilege to be studying in a school of this kind, and that too in the sylvan settings of Ooty. It's a rare privilege for all the students to be studying in such a hallowed institution. But with your institutional pride, which comes with studying in such an elite institution, you must combine with individual humility. Institutional pride should be reflected in your individual humility. Even the prize winners, yes, every prize extracts a price in terms of the effort, in terms of ability, in terms of sacrifice, of pleasure, of leisure, of doing things that you would otherwise love to do, and spending time lonely plowing lonely furrows, toiling through the nights and weekends and holidays. And that's why many of you have won not one or two prizes, but multiple prizes in your classes. So while I say kudos to you, I want the School of Management, the school's management, as well as the principals, to look at a concept that I've developed called exenomics. Exenomics implies that every student excels, not just the prize winners. And every student has a potential for excellence. It might not be in mathematics or literature or history or physics or in academics, but it could be in a certain niche area. It could be in athletics. It could be in creativity. It could be in art or in adventure, in the love of adventure, or in their very attitudes. So education is not only about excelling in academics or even co-curricular activities, but it is all about finding excellence. And this concept of exenomics, a global interdisciplinary discipline that I founded as long back as 2006, and thought about it and wrote and shared with principals, school managements, students across the globe through the net as well as in person. This is an idea that I would like Laidlaw College, Memorial College to adopt, so that every student in the long window of opportunity that they avail in entering the school at age 4 or 5 and leaving it at the age 16, 17, or 18, depending on when they'll take leave of the portals of the school. They are given opportunity, more opportunity, while doing everything that the curriculum requires you to do, a smattering of all knowledge and subjects, that they are given opportunity and facilitated to find their niche area of excellence and develop expertise, talent, and be more involved in that area, so that every student leaves the school with the sense of satisfaction that I have excelled in my natural area of excellence. And this would lead to human potential flowering and blossoming, and human productivity taking a big fillip. And that's why this book, which I call by this new word, Philippisms, which means every student should get encouragement. Education, my friends, is all about three things: encouragement, encouragement, and encouragement. And we must ensure that every pupil, every student, every member of the staff, every indispensable working even in the fields, in the laboratories, and in other areas, the gardeners, they all absorb this kind of ambience of the pursuit of excellence. If they are gardening, they should learn to garden in an even more innovative way in the coming days. If they are cooking in the school messes or kitchens or canteens, they should learn to do it even better. So it's all about attitude. That's why the very first chapter in my book, with 33 chapters, with 101 maxims in each chapter, the very first quote is, "An optimist is one who never wants to opt out." So the whole emphasis in life is not about just succeeding, but it's about persisting. It is not the most talented who win, as said by an American president, but it is the most persistent who win. And therefore, many years ago, when I was a student like you, I discovered a thought process. And the year 1981, when I was 19, I discovered Be At It, which means basically persistence. Persist in your area of excellence till you have breakthroughs. And don't be satisfied with the early breakthroughs. Keep moving to the next level of challenge. Don't be satisfied with the status quo. Go for change that you adopt for yourself. That is challenge. And another maxim that I have written here is that moving from a comfort zone to the challenge zone requires a change of our mindset. The mindset, everything that happens in our life actually happens between our 2 years. Everything that happens in a whole year like 2021 is determined by what happens between our 2 ears, our mindset, our thought process. And that's why in 1981, I discovered Be At It. And I said this could be part of the key that I'm looking for, a soul pulse, a thought process that will continually enable me to discover my source of excellence, to keep improving. Because the teacher back in the 3rd standard spoke one sentence as she entered the class, which stuck in my mind till this day. And she said, the largest room in the world is the room for improvement. And that gave me hope, mediocre as I was at that time, and perhaps even today, that I can improve and keep improving and keep improving, be at it. But it took me 13 years to discover the remaining part of the key of this thought process called EQ thinking or equilibrium thinking. And that was Beat It. When I discovered Beat It 13 years later, I was a young superintendent of police at that time. I had just recovered from severe injuries and 2 near-death experiences, including the successful assassination of a world leader, of a former Prime Minister, Rajiv Gandhi. I survived the world's woman bomb or human bomb. And till today, I carry as many as 100 shrapnel from that bomb embedded in different parts of my body. And therefore, with this kind of experience, traumatic experience, I needed to move on to the next level of challenge. And that's where I discovered this concept, Be At It, Beat It. As soon as I discovered Beat It, I told myself, aha, this is a new thought process for the world, because it's the first time positive and negative are combined in the same sequence. And it is like breathing in. You breathe in oxygen, that's Be At It. You breathe out carbon dioxide, that is Beat It. And so I understood that this thought process will work continuously in my mind like a dynamo. So whatever I do, you learn from anything positive that happens to you, you learn from anything negative that happens from you, and you turn even the negative into something positive. Even our weaknesses can be turned into a source of growth, a source of excellence. And therefore, from that terrible experience that I survived, in which 18 people died, including the VIP, the charismatic John F. Kennedy of India, Rajiv Gandhi, I learned that I need to do something to transform the department which I joined as a young ASP. At that time, I was an assistant superintendent of police, and now I'm on the verge of entering my 2nd innings within another 9 days. And therefore, this is my legacy to the world. And from that experience, when a young boy, a poor boy with a torn shirt, gave me drops of water because I had lost so much of blood and body fluid, and my lips were parched and I was crying for water. And I believe that it's God who sent him as like an angel. And I do not know where he got cotton wads, because you cannot give gulps of water to a man who is badly injured. He could even suffocate on the water. And therefore, he dipped it in some water and gave me drops of water, which was like pouring life down my throat. And from that experience, I learned that an ordinary citizen of India can be of great use in a time of crisis like this, in a time of great challenge. And therefore, though you belong to an elite community, an elite school, each of you must be concerned for the very ordinary person, the VOP. And that's when I spoke about the concept of VOP, when Dr. Kiran Bedi was releasing my book on Friends of Police Movement, which I founded on the basis of that experience, when this ordinary man came to my assistance as I was perhaps dying of injuries and thirst. And that led me to, found the Friends of Police Movement and got the then Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu to extend it to the whole state of Tamil Nadu. Probably you must have heard of it even in Ooty, in KETTI, and wherever you come from. And therefore, the concept of equilibrium thinking enables people to be at it, beat it. That means constantly reinforce our strengths. As many of you, I have so many strengths, great talents, great abilities. But these talents and abilities need to be honed further so that it is useful to the nation, useful to the committee of nations, useful to the community where you belong to, useful to your families. And at the same time, you do not just leverage on your strengths, but you also overcome your weaknesses. And you turn even your weaknesses or negatives into a source of strength. So with these words, I want to thank the principal, Gary Everett, who is principally responsible for having invited me when I came to Ooty recently to attend Anti-Human Trafficking NGO's 15th anniversary. It was a great pleasure to meet the principal, who was so affable, friendly, creative. In fact, he sent me a book, a picture of my book sitting on a table with a bouquet. And that is one of the prettiest pictures I've seen of my book. And that led me to share on social media about my book, that a book that is as pretty as a bouquet of beautiful flowers and as decorated as a policeman's chest. So once again, I wish all the students who won prizes and also those who are in pursuit of that kind of excellence, that every student shall excel who belong to your school. Every member of the staff shall excel, so that you are continually on the path of improvement. May God bless you. My prayers, best wishes, and blessings with every student who is passing out in this cohort of students. God bless you. Thank you.
Good evening, Dr. Philip. I think that was one of the most mesmerizing speeches that we have heard in a very, very long time. And it's going to be remembered by each and every student. On behalf of the Board of Management, on behalf of all the staff and students of Laidlaw School, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for so willingly accepting our invitation and for these wonderful words that you have, the knowledge and wisdom that you have shared. And we look forward to seeing you in our school in the near future. Thank you very much. We have a small memento which will be presented by our chairman, Mr. Norman Wood, to you. And right now it's on a virtual platform, but definitely tomorrow it will be posted to your residential address. May I request all the children to please stand up and give a big, big round of applause to our chief guest. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. It was an absolute pleasure being with you. And as the principal said, I would look forward.
I now call upon our Deputy Head Girl, Yolanda Sequeira, to propose the vote of thanks.
A graceful and warm evening to our most valuable guests, worthy teachers, management committee, and students. Last but not least, all gathered here. It is a privilege to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks.
First and foremost, I would like to thank God Almighty for His grace in helping us to complete this program successfully. On behalf of the Ladle Memorial School and the entire fraternity of this school, I would like to extend my gratitude to the chief guest who has spared his valuable time with us in spite of his busy schedule to grace this occasion. I would like to thank you for your speech, which was encouraging and definitely inspiring. Thank you, sir. I thank all the participants for entertaining us with their singing and dancing. Further, a big thank you to the principal and the headmaster for their constant support and energetic encouragement and inspiration towards helping us perform well in every program. I would also like to thank our cultural coordinator, Mr. Vasu, for putting up together this wonderful program. I also extend my sincere thanks to all the teachers for their cooperation. Events like this cannot happen overnight, as the wheel starts rolling weeks ago and requires planning and a bird's eye for detail. Here we are fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very dedicated and motivated teachers. I cannot thank everyone enough for their willingness and involvement to take on the completion of the work beyond their comfort zone. The decoration needs to be appreciated and adored. For this, I would like to thank all the teachers involved. I especially thank the people who have been the backbone of this event, our technical arrangement team, light arrangement team, all the musicians who have spread melodious tone, a media and press person, and finally the catering staff members. I would like to express my gratitude to the students and parents. We thank you for being with us this time. It has been a great pleasure. Thank you.
I request you all to stand. Three cheers for our chief guest. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Thank you.
I kindly request you to keep standing for the school song, followed by the national anthem.
School, attention!
Students and teachers, we have an announcement from our chairman.
Good evening, everybody. I must congratulate each and every one of you for putting up this fantastic program, very enjoyable. Our chief guest spoke beautifully, a lot of wisdom, and with the permission of the principal, I have the pleasure of declaring tomorrow as a holiday. Enjoy.
I request our guests and dignitaries to please join us for dinner.
Teachers for a chairman. Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!